Okay guys, it is Saturday morning. I just woke up, so this is what you're getting. I'm gonna clean up my kitchen a little bit and make some tea and my protein shake, and then I'm gonna get started on writing. I'm just gonna show you my normal Saturday ritual. I'm a creature of habit, so I kind of just have the same Saturday morning every week, and then I'm gonna show you what I do as far as plotting out my writing and how I get started and give you a little sneak peek of the book I'm working on. Doing dishes is not my favorite task, but I'll take it over doing laundry, which I also have to do, so there's that. I just feel like I can concentrate better on writing when I know that my kitchen is clean and kind of all my chores and jobs are done. So it helps me in my mental state to just get all of my jobs out of the way, and then I could just sit and write. For those of you who don't know, I'm a full-time teacher, so I'm not writing full-time yet. And I don't have a lot of time during the week, and I'm usually really tired and stressed and just busy doing other things. So my weekends are my writing time. I'll put on my essential oils, get my house smelling good. Okay, so one of the most frequent questions I get asked about my writing is, how do I start plotting a book? Now, I'm already in the middle of writing a book. I'm probably close to halfway through, but I'm gonna just show you how I start off with my Post-its, because I have this whole Post-it system and it's really helpful. So when I get an idea for a story, I just take a pack of Post-its and I have this chart paper, and I just kind of stick them on anywhere, because in the beginning it just doesn't matter the order, the sequential order of what's going to happen, because in the beginning you don't really know how everything's going to go chronologically. So I just start off with my ideas just to get them all out. I usually start with how they're going to meet. So this first Post-it that I wrote literally says, she gets rear-ended in an accident and the biker comes over to help her, and that's how they meet. It's literally one or two sentences just to get your ideas out and flowing before you start actually writing. For this story, they're going to have their first kiss on a Ferris wheel while he's in the middle of having a panic attack because he's afraid of heights. So I knew going in certain ideas of what I want to happen with these two. So I'll just write random thoughts out on these Post-its and stick them on. And the whole idea of using the Post-its is that I'm going to rearrange them once the story starts to come together and I get a better idea of when I want each point to happen. And then you could just pick it up, stick it on somewhere else, and then little by little, you start to get your chapters. I also wrote out some trope ideas just as I'm trying to think, okay, in the future, how am I going to promote this book? Because everybody wants to know what are the tropes. So I wrote down slow burn, golden retriever biker boy, she's a dancer. So I just wrote down little things that maybe would be enticing for readers to want to read this book. I'm not writing out anything crazy on the Post-its. It's literally just simple little ideas to get my juices flowing. And then once I'm done, you don't have to do the entire book. Usually this will get me halfway through, and then I don't even need to use this anymore, because then by that point I'm flowing with my writing. So once I get out some Post-its and I have an idea of how I want the story to start, I'll grab my laptop and then I'll start to type chapter 1, and then write out the Post-it note and then go into more detail explaining what I want the chapter to look like. It's not eloquent, it's not pretty, it's just literally me as if I was talking to a friend, telling her, ooh, in chapter 1, this is what they're gonna do, and then this is what they're gonna do, and then they're gonna do that, and then he's gonna say that. That's just where you kind of just get out all of your ideas. And I feel like it helps me with pretending that I'm just talking the idea out to somebody, because it kind of takes the pressure off. I don't have to sit down and immediately start writing gold, right? We need that ugly, messy brainstorming session in order to get to the end result. I literally have a Post-it that says spicy scene in the mirror. That's my idea. I wrote down, I want them to have a spicy scene in the mirror, boom, done, wrote that down and save it for later when I'm ready. I also feel I should mention, I'm writing in my dining room. I don't have a pretty office Like literally, here's my dining room. I'm just sitting here in my house writing. It doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to look Pinterest aesthetic worthy. Like you could sit down and write anywhere. Half the time I write on my phone in my car or at work if I have a break. Like I will write anywhere and then just copy and paste it into my Word document. Yes, I'm old. I use Word for my writing. I don't have a word count for myself, and I know that's kind of like not what you're supposed to do as a writer because you should have some kind of plan or accountability, but I have a lot of mental health issues. I have a lot of anxiety. I work a full-time job. My schedule does not look like other writers' schedules. So for me, I have to just sit down and say, okay, today I'm going to write. Like that's my plan. I don't know how much time I'm going to write for. I don't know what I'm going to write. I just sit down and kind of just go with the flow because that's the way I have to be. So my house is clean. My laundry is getting washed right now. I have plenty of time to just sit down and focus on writing.